Hey guys, I'm the CuberCubed, and this is the 5th week of the Tuesday Talk podcast. I'm here with...
TCKyewbs.
And so we're going to be talking about multiple different things, mainly records actually. But yeah, if you want to check out her channel, link will be in the description. She's awesome. You've probably heard of her before. So yeah, let's get right into this. Right off the bat, earlier this week actually, earlier last week, I became a Speedcube Shop sponsor, kind of a test run actually, but I was talking with Cameron, the CEO of Speedcube Shop, and he gave me a bronze level sponsorship for the time being, so expect some unboxings and stuff from them, and yeah, so hopefully you'll see more content from them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty exciting for my channel and kind of another step to grow. Oh, thank you. So you obviously being with Speedcube Shop, can you like explain kind of with them what it's like and what you would do?
Well, I mean, I think with any sponsor, it's definitely, um, you know, it's a really good experience, and you have this privilege of just getting the puzzles whenever you want to. But
Hmm.
I think also it gives more leeway for you to continue making videos, and so you never
Yeah.
really run out of any ideas to make videos. So I think like it gives privileges towards getting new cubes and also just putting out more content, and it overall just it's a win-win for both parties in my opinion.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I definitely like it because being just like a regular speedcuber and YouTuber, it's just kind
Hmm.
of like when I have the money, I buy cubes and then I make more content and then I get
Hmm.
more following and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
actually
I
being
think
sponsored, it's like, hey, here's a reason you have a discount. Go get more cubes, make more content, and everything will be more happier.
yeah, so I think those things they definitely go hand in hand, and like it keeps
Hmm.
everything consistent. So it's
Yeah,
really nice.
yeah. Um, Another thing that I wanted to talk about was I went to Michigan 2016, the cubing competition. If you guys were not aware of that, but yeah, enough about me. There have been so many records broken. There might actually be a record for the amount of records broken, but probably not.
Is there actually?
I don't know, but that would be really cool. Um, but anyway, I believe there are 8 records broken at this competition, a 2-day competition with every event. So,
Damn.
starting off, Bill Wong, he got a 3x3, 7.21 average national record for Canada. So, that's awesome. Um, I wonder actually what it was before. I believe it was like sub 7.5.
Oh man,
Maybe something like that. But
I can't even remember my own PBs. I don't think I could remember anyone else's.
yeah, that's true. But and then Jaden McNeil, he got a 27.33 mean continental record for FMC. So, 27 mean, that's actually really impressive.
Hmm.
Trying to get into FMC, getting like, oh yes, 60 moves. My last one was 70. It's
I mean,
like, oh
I don't
man.
even know how to do it. So all of this, like any FMC, PB or anything like that, it's impressive to me.
FMC for me is just basically solving regularly and just counting my moves.
I don't even think I could count mine. I do too many unnecessary moves.
But yeah, and then Rami Spahi, with 3x3 with feet, he got a 34.73 single national record. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, yeah.
Because, like, with feet, I don't understand it. So, like, there's controversy. Some people say feet is stupid, and some people think clock is stupid. I would rather, like, what feet? It's like clock is at least a different event. It's like
Uh-huh.
two-handed OH in feet. It's like, honestly, like, oh my gosh, I can't wrap my head around it. It's like, who
Yeah.
would have the drive to do that? Unless you
I mean,
have, like, like no hands or something.
I mean, I'm just thinking, like, who exactly came up with the event? Were they just too lazy, and so they just kept sitting down? They don't want to move their arms.
Yeah.
So they figured, hey, I have feet, I'll just use those.
And
I
once I
mean,
get tired of those, I'll just use my hands again.
yeah, I mean, wow.
But yeah, and then Jaden McNeil he broke the continental record for feet, average and single, with a 54.32 average and a 48.01 single. So that's also very impressive. So
Yeah,
Australia kind of getting better records for their country too, so that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, Antoine Canton got a 12.38 average square one national record. So that's really impressive, breaking
Yeah, definitely.
almost breaking that 12 sub 12 barrier. I actually foresee pretty soon that we'll be breaking the sub 10 or sub 12, sorry, with square one because like I think a lot more people are getting into it and people are getting
Yeah.
faster. So I think this could be like the evolution of 3x3. How like
Mm-hmm.
3x3 was like really slow and then it picked up and then it picked up and kind of snowballed. I think that's the same way with square one.
Yeah, I
So
think
yeah.
overall I think most of it depends on the evolution of cubes themselves. I mean,
Mhm.
back then the world record was like 20 seconds using a cube for you or an Edison cube. And then now, like 3x3 mechs, they've just gotten so innovative. And so I think definitely the cubes play a big part in just getting faster records and stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely because the like once the Chi Square One came out,
Everyone
I would
was
say
doing it.
probably like double or probably triple the amount of people started using Square One.
Yeah, I mean, like, think
Um,
about it. Before the She came out, everyone's saying, man, Squan is stupid. Like, no one did it.
yeah, like I
No one
barely
knew how to
heard
solve
about it,
it.
and once Chi came out, everybody did it.
Yeah.
And it is actually a cool event once you get like the right cubes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely different, so I like
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, Bill Wong got a 4x4 blind, 2-minute 32.14 single national record for Canada. Um,
That's faster than I do with my eyes open. I mean,
yeah, that's very impressive. And especially we have to think about is that, obviously with blind, you start the timer and you lift up the cover.
yeah,
So
yeah.
if like me, if you can solve it in like 1 minute 15 seconds, that's like 1 minute of memorization, which is super impressive for even 3x3 blind. So it's just like, man, that's so cool. I don't think many people will do this, but I
Uh-huh.
think it's that much more impressive with the people that actually do.
Yeah. I
So
mean, I think for me personally, I just still can't fathom how people are just able to remember the cube, like even for 3x3 or
yeah,
2x2 for that matter. I don't think I would have the capabilities to do that unless I was just super determined to just learn it.
yeah, I think like I can for the most part with even just 2x2.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
like memorize maybe a side or two, but then when you start turning it, it's just like I don't have that
Like, where
spatial
did it go?
recognition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't have that thought processes of if I do this algorithm, then this move or this piece will go here, and then this will go here,
Mm-hmm.
and this will go here. It's just like if I do this, I know what happens, but any of the QBs around it, I have no idea.
Yeah,
So,
same for me. Like when you learn algs, you remember it by where the like for let's say the yellow piece is, then you want it to go there, then you just remember that alg, but for blind
mhm.
it's definitely a different story. You just got to remember where all the pieces move. With every move you do, you just got to know where all the pieces are at that time.
Yeah, so that's just so impressive. And then Bill Wong also got the national record for Canada in 5x5 blind. He got a 7-minute 6.48 single. So that's insane. Um, I think I would maybe able to do 7 minutes of recognition or yeah, memorization. Oh, I might have been able to do 7 minutes of memorization for like one side.
I think for me that would be like just three pieces if I'm lucky.
But yeah, that's so cool. And
Definitely.
like I think I know some people that have been talking before. They might have been serious or not, but they're kind of like, oh, I have four blind and five blind, like we talked about it a little bit earlier. But it's just like, why not? You know, not many people do it, but why wouldn't you have it? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's like kind of pushing us out of our comfort zone. If you have all the main events, it's just kind of like, hey, I know how to do 4x4. How would I push myself to do blind?
So it's
You
like just
know?
kind of pioneering into other events.
Yeah. So pretty soon, probably not, but what if there's square one-handed, or you know, I have
Yeah.
no idea. Clock FMC, who knows? But I think definitely, obviously, four blind and five blind, I don't think are that new.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but kind of moving into that direction of new stuff is just so
Yeah.
cool
I mean, I think,
because yeah.
yeah, this kind of reminds me of this video I saw from Jehovah Rubik's. Like, he did feet with 2 through 7, I think.
Wow.
So I think it's mainly just people having that motivation to do something so daring. And
Mhm.
so more people do it and just gets the word around and then becomes an event. I mean, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. That's the same with Killaminx. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like honestly, like some people will be like, "Oh, Killaminx is so easy. Why would you have that as an event?" It's like, why is 2x2 an event? You know,
Exactly.
because it's fun. And this is what people get so mad about with me is that I keep saying 2x2 is such a stupid event. I don't say that's not fun, but you know, it's so simple, it's stupid. But
Hmm.
that doesn't mean that I get excited every time I hear 2x2 Heat 1. It's like, oh yes, you know, 2x2, this is the fun event that I act like I'm fast. But in reality, I solve 4 seconds and they solve one.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own thing. I mean, I know, I don't, I can imagine a lot of people must hate on DG cubes for liking pyramid so much, but I mean, I
Yeah.
honestly have no preference towards any event. I mean, I think they're all cool. I mean, any non-speed cuber too would think that any of these events would be awesome.
Yeah, I think sadly the Cuban community is kind of led by most opinions. So if someone says, "Oh, this event is stupid because it's not 3x3," then more people will kind of get on that bandwagon, and it's
Exactly,
you
yeah.
know. So it's just like, no, if someone can, like Drew Brad's, if you can solve something fast, that should
Hmm.
never be frowned upon. And oh, that's a stupid event. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
still it's a puzzle. Most people can't solve it. Why hate on it when some people can get fast at it?
Hmm.
So
So
when
I
I
think
say I don't like Pyraminx, that doesn't mean that I don't like anybody that does Pyraminx. More props to
exactly,
you.
yes.
Because if less people do Pyraminx, then that would probably get your motivation even more, so your name will get out there. And or
Hmm.
whatever, but you know, if you want to do square one and that's it, go for it.
Yeah, just go for it.
You know, if that's your drive, then that's fine.
Yeah, just
And
I think.
what I think is totally insane is when some people, like, I can understand this, but when some people's like main events are not 3x3 at all,
Uh-huh.
kind of like convinces.
Uh-huh.
She loves Megaminx 6x6 and 4x4.
Hmm.
I don't have any problem with that because if she likes doing that, and she told me she's also the person where she has a long attention span, so she doesn't like the small events. She wants to sit down and take a couple minutes and solve
Yeah.
something. And if that's your personal preference, go for it. Get as fast as
Yeah.
you can with that. And which actually kind of stinks, because we've gotten to the point where it's like, oh, if you're not with us, then that's not cool, type of
Yeah,
thing.
so I think a lot of people just have to voice their own opinion. They don't have to worry about being the odd man out. I
Yeah.
mean, if you like it, then just do it. I
Definitely.
know I know a lot of people nowadays are starting to think like, okay, no one does this event. I'm just gonna work on that event because there's less competition in that area. So maybe I can be one of the top cubers in that event.
Yeah, definitely. Earlier, in my past cubing history, I was kind of like, hey, I want to find the event that's kind of easier to get fast at, and not many people do. And I definitely could have kept going with that, but then I just kind of fell in love with 3x3, and no matter how many people do it, I just wanted to get fast with that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's all what you like. If you want to be the odd man out, then go for it. If you want to just be as fast as you can with 3x3, then go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you guys so much for watching this Tuesday Talk podcast. I had a lot of fun with you, TCKyewbs.
Yeah, I really enjoyed being on here.
Yeah, no problem. Maybe we could have you on next time, or
Definitely, yeah.
some other time in the future.
For sure.
So yeah, that wraps that up. Make sure to tell me in the comments who you want in the next Tuesday Talk podcast, and tell me also stuff that you would like to hear in the next Tuesday Talk podcast. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like button with your 4x4 and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.